Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back once again with Eldrazi ramp with some slight modifications. Down 1 Devour of Destiny, up 1 Writhing Chrysalis, down 1 Cavernous Souls, up 1 Ghost Quarter. So I'm trying to see if these changes make sense, especially as I expect less Temur Oculus in Portland. This hand's a bit meh. I mean, Commercial District, we have 8 hits off the top, 2 draw, really 3 of the Commercial District, so I will keep this. Initially I was thinking maybe not, but I think I will. Because, yeah, 8 hits, 3 draws, or 3 card scene, but looks like this is going to be the mirror match. So I would definitely like to see a soul land off the top. You're not a soul land, friend. Commercial District. Still no soul land. And pass. And if they get off to a good start here, might just be GG's. Oh, hold on. This is not what a mirror match, actually. What is this? This might be Eldrazi Tron, but they normally don't run Saga at this point. Glariing Fleshraker. Okay, so this might be the Mystic Forge combo. Not really combo, quote unquote, but like it is very synergistic, right? So Opal, Forge, etc. Fortunate for that Misty Rainforest, we will Forest, Rumble. Wow, we are whiffing across the board, aren't we? We'll grab a Utopia Sprawl. So definitely a bit of a slower hand. I mean, that was, what, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards seen with 8 potential hits out of 53. I mean, we had a high chance. I guess we could have increased the odds, actually, by going Misty Rainforest. Probably should have done that. Yes, it's a small percentage point. It's still a percentage point. I know hand thinning or deck thinning really isn't a thing, and the yield is relatively small, but it's still a thing. So I'm a little bit frightened here. They make a construct, Chrome Sphere. That is basically free of the Fleshraker. We need to get rid of that Fleshraker ASAP. So still hitting a soul end here would be ideal. Sack for green, draw a card. Cast 6. Okay, this is different than I remember. Fascinating. So during turn, non-permanents in your graveyard have retrace. So now they can grab back the sphere by pitching a temple. Oh, fascinating. And they can pitch another land for the bauble. Oh, this is really fascinating, actually. Well, I definitely need to get rid of Fleshraker, but maybe we need to get rid of 6 as well. Bauble, pitches in a Vista. Okay. And then they can cycle the sphere. Oh, this is a fascinating deck with 6. I wouldn't have thought 6 would be a thing here, but this makes a ton of sense. Looks like they don't have anything else going for them. They're gonna pass. Well, I'm thinking Karn is the right play here. Okay, so green again. Keen's... What is this? Now Fleshraker will deal damage, they'll draw a card. Oh no. Oh no. Do they just win? They might just win. And I can't do anything, so I'm gonna pass. I want to see what the hell this deck can do. But I think I pretty much just lose. Because for every card they cast... So basically, Keen Sense kind of works as a Mystic Forge in a way. Along with 6. Yeah, I think they just win, right? Because nothing's a dead card. Spellskite. Fascinating. Yeah, more or less nothing's a dead card because then you can still retrace. Oh, that's so interesting. I mean, we had a horrible starting hand, let's be honest. That is very fascinating. A lot of opponents doing this. I'm going to be back real quick because I need to put some rice in the fridge, so be back in a moment. Alright, are we dead yet? We are not, but I don't feel like we are long for this world. Yeah, we're making fried rice tonight, so I need to prep the rice. And now it's chilling in the fridge to dry out for a bit. Okay, so this is basically... So I was right, this is basically the Mystic Forge combo. But instead of Mystic Forge, or maybe in addition to Mystic Forge, it's also utilizing Keen Sense and 6. Because the major way that Mystic Forge kind of bricked is it would just find lands, right? But with 6, the lands aren't bricks. It's just more gas. That's fascinating. Well, GG's. More Spellskites. More Baubles. I mean, I don't think even being able to have Karn on board would stop this is the thing. Huh. Okay. That's a fascinating deck. Colorless. I'm not even sure what to call this. Do I have a colorless Mystic Forge combo? I'll have to look that up. Regardless, we'll go to second main, or second, not second main, game 2. What do we bring in here is the question. I mean, the deck revolves around Glariing Fleshraker. They do have a mid-range backup plan. And they also do use... Okay. So we bring in 3. We need to cut 3. We can't cut our 7-mana value spells because we're down to 9. So I think we have to cut the Chrysalis. Return's still relevant as it does deal Fleshraker pretty cleanly. So I think we do it like this. Okay. Jailer also is maybe something to consider. And stops 6 at least. I mean, there's a lot of directions we can take this matchup, I feel. Because we want to get rid of Glariing Fleshraker, that much is clear. Might handily deals with an Urza Saga early. Returns are able to clear the board of both spawns and the Fleshraker. Jailer does brick the loop. But not if they still play Mystic Forge, hence why I'm a little bit hesitant. On the play for game 2. Again. What improves this hand specifically? Like a Labyrinth, but we're on the play, not on the draw. Commercial District is made worse because of Devourer. Yeah, we mulligan this. Hand's kind of all over the place. Okay, we can make this work, though. So I will keep. I'll pitch. We want Forest Utopia Sprawl. This and this. We dump the Catacombs, I feel. So I guess we dump the forest. It's one... our life is a resource. Let's not use it haphazardly. I'm gonna put it on red. And pass. And pass. My question now is, we cast the Sowing Mycospawn or not? Well, I think we cast Karn. I think I know the answer to this question now. We don't cast Mycospawn, we cast Karn. Minus Karn. Yes. Liquid Metal Coating? You don't have a threat on board. Pass. And pass. Also, just not realizing the lag feels a bit more tolerable, which is nice. Two, Spellskite. Target spell or ability to Spellskite. Well, Eldrazi Temple. We will search, exile, exile, resolves. I want to find something to do here. So I think we grab the district. Devour really doesn't do much, so grave you go. We kind of want to deal this Spellskite effectively. But maybe we just grab Chalice of the Void on 0. That breaks a lot of what they're trying to do. Alright, we got there on game 2. Yeah, that's one thing I'll say about this matchup. I feel like we have a lot working against them. We have a lot of hate, both in main and side. So it feels good enough. I will say the Spellskite actually does do work against me. Because like it can redirect World Breaker, a lot of things. On the draw for game 2. We can keep this hand. Wheel Devourer, pass. I ideally want to see a Lab Devourer. I mean, Karn is probably the next best option. Bobble will show Karn. They'll be like, well, that's not good. So they need a threat on board. Fetch for a forest. Sprawl on red. And pass. So we'll have 3, 2, and maybe we'll just play a Might. Saga, yeah, probably just get rid of the Saga, honestly. That's not a legal target with Might, so I can't even target the Spellskite, which is good. Ooh, interesting though. I mean, this is just Karn, and they can't then use Spellskite. Minus Karn. And we'll grab the Chalice. Pass. Prismatic Vista. You'll have to deal with the Saga tokens at some point, though. There's 6. So that works out. So what I can do here is I can do a few things. So we can grab liquid metal coating. I want to get rid of the Saga though. So maybe just grab a Jailer. Jailer acts as a blocker. It stops 6. Mill 3 and put a land into your hand. I can also set up let's see, Talisman. Let's go Temple. So we're at 5, 4, 2, 1. Yeah, so let's do this. We'll just add more lock pieces into play. Bring in a Soulish Jailer. Actually, can I go bridge? 5, 4. Let's see. Would that work? 5, 4, 1. It'd leave 2, so they still would be able to block. So I think we just go Jailer. So Talisman of Impulse. Soulish Jailer. Haywire Might. Target Saga. So this insulates the Karn. They're down a Saga, so they're off the mid-range game plan, if only temporarily. You can eventually get rid of 6 with the Devourer. The Glariing Fleshraker is still a problem, to be fair. I do need to get rid of that. That's why I have the Stone Brain. I feel like we've locked them out of their game plan here. Or at least majority of it. So next turn we'll definitely Stone Brain. This feels like a Kozilek's command. X2. So Karn will be down. Jailer down. Yes. Okay, well, we'll, I guess at that point, just Stone Brain Glariing Fleshraker. Mill. There's Malevolent Rumble. A land card though, so grab a Temple. Karn down. But Jukabog, you say? Well, let's go Stone Brain to start out. This says non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace. Not really worried about any of those. Let's take a look at your deck a bit more closely. Glariing Fleshraker. More 6s. So it really does revolve around this Glariing Fleshraker, it looks. Everything else is kind of just here. So Fleshraker's out. Do we set up our next turn with a commercial district or bog? Nothing in the graveyard really does much here, so I think we just set up with this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, we'll pass. Yeah, maybe the right move, instead of ticking down Karn, may have been to tick up Karn to 4 because 6 can't really deal with it. That was a thought. They did use Keen Sense. I haven't played their Temple yet, but I imagine they will soon. I'll grab a Saga. Yep. They could retrace the Pithy Needle. There's a Saga. We'll need to deal with the Saga. Retrace the Needle. We'll crack the Wooded Foothills. Grab a District. Trigger. World Breaker. I'll put it on top, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, top. I should have returned Devourer. On the Great Creator, yeah, that's what I thought you would name regardless. End step. And grab Lab. Or activate Lab for Devourer. Okay. The only problem is that Spellskite can redirect target spell or ability to it. Oh, I will 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Target 6. You can't redirect it to Spellskite since it's not a legal target. And I'm gonna Bajuka Bog you. Alright, and pass. Plays a Temple. 2 unknowns in hand. I imagine I play a 6 here. Beseiju on the Chalice. Yes. I'll go Stomping Grounds, tapped. Cast Bobble. Again, they're kind of on this mid-range game plan. Kozilek's command. Well, I will attempt to get them to block the Spellskite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so probably just better to get rid of the spell sky now. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At the same time, 6. I just did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I guess I would have to do 2. So yes, we'll do it like this. Spell sky down. World Breaker. It's definitely not as bad, but still a little bit meh. Not as snappy as I'd like. Get rid of Saga. You can make a construct. That's fine. It is a 3/3. And pass the turn. Bobble. Bobble it down to a 2/2. I guess you can retrace it next turn. Play as a forest. Maybe not. I mean, there's 2 Wrens here. Springleaf Drum. Bumps it up to a 3/3. Plays a 6. Cast 6. So you can bump it up to a 4/4. But you need the retrace. Well, that's an unfortunate draw for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trigger, target 6. I'll attack with all. We have more than lethal on board for next turn. Down to 2. So you need 2 blockers or to get rid of one of my creatures. I guess a Kozilek's command would put in a decent amount of work. I think the only real misplay I made here is arguably not either taking up Karn. I think just the answer would have been take up Karn against 6. But we got there. Mono green Glariing Fleshraker? I think that's what I'll call it. This might already have a name, but yeah, I don't know. Mono green Glariing Fleshraker. Either ways, good 2-1 win. Definitely couldn't do anything about this game 1. That is for sure. But we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. I'll keep this hand. Reveal Devourer. Pass. A lot of good hits off the top here. Oop, could be a mirror match. No, it's energy. I was hopeful, okay? I'd rather the mirror match, honestly. I'll grab the command. Ugin Slab. Tuck Devourer. Pass. And pass. Arid Mesa. Ragvan the Monkey Man. Hidden. A Stomping Grounds, not the end of the world. I would have liked that red source, to be fair. But that can be fetched later. And Johnny. Oh, please don't have the discharge. Okay, thankfully they did not. They could still have it, though, is the only issue. So I'm hesitant to cast this command now. Pass. Let them go to attackers. Resolves. I am tempted to block the Ragavan here. I don't want them getting another treasure or see another card off my top. A Flage. Yep. What are your targets, friend? I'll sack the spawn. Not ideal, but it's fine. Karn. Not good enough right now. So we'll go Forest. Sowing Mega Spawn, no kick, which is fine. And we'll Bajuka Bog. So no more Flasian Yard, and we now have a blocker. Arid Mesa. They'd have a discharge, but I might have a Static Prism. Raven Charm? Yes. I'll take 4 and they'll grab something off the top. Again, not thrilled about that prospect. Temple, it's fine. 2, 3, 4. 1 short of the Devourer. Elegant Parlor. Plains. Johnny? Yep. What to do, what to do. We could Karn. We could Karn. I'm gonna Rumble first, though. See what we can find. Writhing Chrysalis is good. Mega Spawn is decent. Can we do both? We haven't played a land for turn, have we? No, we have not. I mean, Chrysalis gives us a pretty wide board. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6. So we could go Swine Mega Spawn kicked. But what does that really get us? Whereas Chrysalis will be able to give us a blocker. We can play around the cats, I guess. Interesting choices. Or we do Chrysalis. Actually, we can't even play Chrysalis. Never mind. So it has to be either a Myco Spawn then. So we'll go Temple, Impulse. 1. No, if they have a Blood Moon, they have a Blood Moon. Not much I can do about that. So we have a blocker. They will likely only attack with 2 cats, and the reason being is they don't want to give up the Ragavan, their red permanent, but they also don't want to give up a Johnny. We'll exile the Foundry. And the question is what we grab. Could grab a Ghost Quarters, but it's not really doing much here, but filling their graveyard further. So I think we just grab a Eldrazi Temple, honestly. Next turn we can Sanctum of Ugin. Galvanic Discharge. Hit your own cat or my spawn. I think it makes sense to hit your own cat, then bolt my spawn with a Johnny flipped. That'd be my thought at least. You will deal me 2 less damage by doing so though. Only downside. I guess 3 less damage, more accurately. I mean, if they're trying to get to my life total, just Galvanic Discharge spawn would be correct, because that would be 7 damage down to 4. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Huh. I mean, you can get rid of the Johnny for what it's worth. But we're now at 4 life. And then we have to deal with blockers. So we might have to go bridge. Oh, do you have the win? By flipping a cat? No, flay. Oh, Pyramids. Okay, that's fine. Though you do draw 2, which is less fine. And discharge. Flip a Johnny win. Yeah. Yep. Could I have done anything differently there? I mean, I guess I could have gotten rid of a land earlier if I hadn't blocked the Ragavan. Yeah, let me know down in the comments. Should I have blocked the Ragavan with the spawn? I feel like that was correct to rob them of a treasure as well as a hit off the top of my library, but maybe I'm incorrect. Would it have been okay for them to do so? On the play for game 2. I will keep. And it looks like opponent has lost connection from the game. So we'll take a quick pause while they collect themselves. Oh, looks like they're back already. It's like we didn't even realize they were gone. So we'll go lab. Forest Rumble. So yes, lab. Imprint Breaker. Do need to play around Charmaw now, especially as they probably play upwards of 4 Charmaw. Foundry, Ragavan. In that case... Ugh, I can't do that this turn. We'll pass it their turn. Yeah, I really don't want Ragavan ramping now. They'll attack. Command, ramp, and exile. Because if they ramp now, that means that they are potentially 1 turn early on a Charmaw. Model ability to respond in case of a discharge. Another one. Okay. Another forest. So this is mana neutral. We could go Myco Spawn here. So we have 5. We have 5, 4. Yeah, so I'd rather Myco Spawn here. Because then we can hold up the ability to exile the Ragavan with Kozilek's command if needed. They'll have 1, 2, potentially 3's the problem. So maybe, actually, I'm wondering, is it correct to go Temple here? Because it's possible they might have the Charmaw. So if we sandbag, that might actually be better for us. Alright, well, in that case, we'll grab a forest. We'll rumble. We'll grab another Soin Myco Spawn. This way we can potentially set them back next turn. It really depends on if they have this third land drop. Fetch the Fleshraker, I imagine for an Elegant Parlor. Surveil trigger resolves. Pass. Hold up the ability to respond. So they can't charm out this turn. Grabs the plains. Flage. Tis a flage. So we can Bajuka Bog. Myco Spawn down. 2, 4, 6. We'll block the Ragavan with the Eldrazi spawn. And block. And pass. Surgical Myco Spawn. Well, damn. That's a smart heads-up play you had there, friend. Well, this means that we'll Kozilek's command. It does mean that we're in a little bit of trouble. Because now they might have the Charmaw mana. Play Windswept Heath. That's 4 in yards. We don't need to worry about Flage just yet. Go to main. Going to combat. They might not have a land drop. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. because they're missing their land drop. I don't want them making a treasure. I'll go to blocks. Block the Eldrazi spawn. This will give me enough for World Breaker next turn. Second main. Static prison. Targeting what? We'll sack the spawn in response. So that way they don't get energy. Thraben Charm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In response, I'll fetch the Heath. Commercial District. That's mana neutral, so we will just put it in the graveyard. Yes, that's fine. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yes, we're one short on the World Breaker. They really don't want me to cast this World Breaker. Oh, they had the mana. Interesting. So they don't have... Okay, so that tells me a lot. That tells me very clearly they don't have the Charma. Otherwise they would have cast it. We'll pass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can block one, or block a Ragavan still. Fetch for an Elegant Parlor. Yep. Trigger resolves. Yeah, I need to get back into practice of saying what resolves, what doesn't, so that way I can make sure I'm ready for when I'm in paper. I need to communicate the triggers and what resolves, what doesn't. One card on top, a little bit concerning, but okay. Draw. I also realized I should put a stop on my upkeep. I was thinking about this earlier. Oh, and opponent has left the building. I wonder if their game's crashing or what. Yeah, they're back. Quick enough. Question is, what could they have had on top? I guess maybe something to deal with a spawn. Like I said, they seem pretty adamant about not letting this World Breaker on board. Static Prison they'll sack. It's not exactly doing too much. Go to combat. I can decide whether or not I let them ramp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, they take out one spawn, then we're fine. But, like, watch them hit something of relevance. That's always the fear, right? Like, they'll hit a freaking Karn, the Great Creator. We'll block. Ragavan will not be stealing my cards today. I probably block too aggressively in the Ragavan, I'll be real. White, red. So that's a Blood Moon. And pie. I'll hold up just in case. Sacred Foundry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we have the World Breaker. I might not get rid of their Blood Moon, funny enough. Especially after drawing that Impulse. I think I don't now because they're bricked on white mana. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll return, clear the board, World Breaker, get rid of planes, and pass. Yes. Now we're on an open board. They can cast none of their creature spells with the exception of Obsidian Charmaw and Seasoned Pyromancer. Gotta have a pause on upkeep now. Sanctum of Ugin. I guess they can also cast Ragavan. That's another thing they can draw. Or can cast, rather. Alright, the lag is getting significantly worse now. I think it, like, increases the more game pieces are revealed or interacted with, basically. Okay. Return's good. And a 7. We'll hold out the ability to respond. It is another mountain. All right. Well, we'll see what they play, if anything. And did the Blood Moon hurt you more than it helped you? Yes, indeed. All right, that's win for game 2. Let's see if we can claim the win for game 3. Yeah, I've said it before, I'd say it again. I think Blood Moon in energy generally hurts them more, for the most part. On the draw for game 3. Hand is not keepable. Let's see, does opponent keep their opening 7? Opponent's thinking hard on this one. Must be a tempting risky keep. Either that or they disconnected again. Both plausible options. Either that or the hand's so amazing that they're thinking through all the sequences. That would be more unfortunate. Well, as opponent thinks long and hard, we'll be back in just a few short moments. Alright, opponent has returned. They kept their 7-card hand, so that's what's scary. Mulligan. It's a turn 3 return, but that's about it. Mulligan. Risky keep? Yes. I'll do it though. You want Lab, into Devourer, into Talisman. Devourer, into Talisman. Ideally into land. Rumble's dead unless we have a green source. I think we dump Rumble. Reveal and pass. Flooded Strand, pass. Okay, so maybe more reactionary hand. Well, I'll grab the Forest. Yeah, my fear of the Malevolent Rumble, if we didn't hit a Forest, was that it was just going to be a dead card in hand if Talisman got exiled or destroyed. Or at least now we have access to Kozilek's Command X1 if needed. Okay. Passing, nothing I can do here. Charma is currently discounted by 1, so that was why I was concerned. Forest. Pass. Another Elegant Parlor. So like I said, a much more reactionary hand. We could Command X1 here. There's a thought to doing so. I think an X2 next turn makes more sense to get rid of the Johnny. Do they miss their land drop is a good question. They do not. They do tap those so I can play this at sorcery speed. Alright, well, I'll play the Forest. I will exile the Johnny. They do have the ability to play Charmal next turn, which is not all too thrilling. You want to get back that Talisman? No? Unfortunate. So they need land Charmal. No, they have the land. Do you have the Charmal? I'll take the 2 from the cat. No doubt about that. One. So no Charma, but they will attempt a Static Prison a spawn. That's fine. In response. So that is 5, and then Discharge, or Flage. Okay, will you target the Eldrazi spawn? Yep, we'll sack it. So no life gain. We'll Bajuka Boggy next turn. So no Charmal, that's good. We'll get our Talisman back next turn as well. Well, Sowing Microspawn, cast. Fortunately, no kick. And then we shall grab the Bajuka Bog. No more Flage for you. pass, and I will crack this on end step unless we need to do so sooner. Prisons will get sacrificed unless they have a discharge. Doesn't look like they do. A Johnny. Do you have a way to flip a Johnny? Well, this also means I can't block, which is a bit unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd like a soul land if possible to exile Johnny. I mean, I'll take a return as well. Command. Another Devourer. A lot of good options. Fetch of the Rainforest. Commercial District. Trigger. I mean, Chrysalis isn't bad. It's just not good either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could keep it though. I'm tempted to just bin it. Like I said, it's not bad, but it's not great. And there's a temple we're looking for. Perfect. I'm gonna try and bait. I should have probably tried to bait them before attacking, to be fair. I'll see if this works though. I mean, yeah, I didn't think this will work, but it was worth a shot. I should have attacked first before playing the temple. Now the question is whether or not they have a discharge or a Thraben Charm even, because I think Thraben Charm can target your own cards. I'm not sure. Ugh, Thraben Charm, yeah. Yep. Flips the cat, flips the Johnny. Yeah, like I said, I should have attacked with the Mega Spawn first to see. But I guess, maybe there's an argument to having done so Devour first to force them to flip. That way they would have to block and be one less cat token on board. Yeah. So that way they don't... I mean, it wouldn't really matter. The Mega Spawn's dead regardless, but it would be one less blocker for what it's worth. So, yeah. There's an argument for that. And attacking now feels horrible, so we need a return. Return, command, devourer, Emrakul. Actually, would Emrakul work? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It would. So you have a lot of hits. Utopia Sprawl is not one of them. Oh, we'll go Catacombs. Yeah. It's a little bit of a misplay on my part. Would have been one less creature on board for me to deal with. No attacks, because we want to at least block the Ragavan. But it's also very possible they play a creature, tick a Johnny, and then destroy the Devourer. Yep, so Devour down. 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 down to 7. We now desperately need a return or an I'm not even sure Emrakul would do anything. Actually it might do something. I'm trying to think what though. Yeah, I think a return would be best. Maybe Rumble. Rumble would be okay. Mega Spawn not so much, because they just win. Yeah, you got it. Okay, yeah. The line I had in mind relied on my opponent making a mistake. I revealed too much information, but it also relied on my opponent making a mistake, and I shouldn't rely on them making a mistake. The right move probably would have been to cast the Devourer, target the Johnny. They then destroy their own cat, flipping the Johnny, leaving back one cat. We attack the Johnny, they block with the cat, and this way they wouldn't have been able to kill the Devourer. Though, funny enough, if they would have just hit me for 5, I'm not sure it would have mattered. I think we would have tied regardless. So yeah, it didn't matter. But I think I did missequence is what I'm trying to get at. Unfortunate. Well, we'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. We can keep this hand. It's a decent amount of interaction, potentially a world breaker. Pass. And pass. Windswept Teeth could be the mirror. Might just be energy. Looks like it is energy. Emrakul the Promise End, you say? Well, I'm not going to do anything to the Pride. And I don't foresee them blood mooning, so I think we can just pause on end step. Windswept Heath resolves. A Johnny, a Johnny. Let's get rid of a Johnny. Well, actually, is there an argument to... I think there's an argument to scry draw here, maybe? But that would only allow us to cast World Breaker. We really do need to get rid of a Johnny. Okay, yeah, we'll get rid of a Johnny. You can always scry draw next time even deeper. So Johnny down. And Malevolent Rumble. We could play the Talisman of Impulse. This allows us to X1 the command, for what it's worth. I want the Chrysalis, but we don't have the second green source. I think we grab the Stomping Grounds here. And we'll put that into play tapped. And pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess we would have shocked it and then Kosa's command X2, we would have gotten the Emrakul. Give and take there. Flooded Strand. And Flage. Flage targets. We'll sack it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no life gain to Flage. Flage goes to the grave. And I will make a spawn and exile Flage. Okay. Yeah, like I said, probably should have had the Stomping Ground untapped, I think. I'll take my beats. That's 6, 7, so no City's Blessing yet. Another Talisman of Impulse, 2, 4, 7. So I guess we will cast the World Breaker here. I messed up. I need to generate a green. Well, the lag was better earlier. Now it's... Okay, I mean, to be fair, it's not as bad, but still pretty bad. Like, this is tapped and everything and just not showing me the mana. There we go. Get rid of the Sacred Foundry and pass. Really could use a land in case of a static prison. I think that's my major concern. Static prison, yep. Another Flesh Trance, so that's 4, 8, 9. One short of City's Blessing. Land. Rumble. So 6 down to 5. Okay, hold up. Yes, we can grab Ugin's Lab. So 6 down to 5, up to 7. And then we will have enough card types in Yard to cast Emrakul. I'll imprint the Breaker. So we'll be able to get back our World Breaker by sacking the Static Prison. Then probably tack in with the Ocelot Pride into either Emrakul or World Breaker. Alright. Would have been really nice if we also had a return in Yard, but beggars cannot be choosers. Fetch the Flooded Strand, so that way I don't fail to find or set up the wrong card for you. It would be wise. Yep, fetch for an Elegant Parlor, I imagine. Sacred Foundry. Shock. But why? I mean, Thraben Charm won't work. I guess you can get rid of my graveyard, but it's a bit late for that. Like I said, a bit late for that. Draw. Main. Trigger. And no. Welcome back, World Breaker. No. Play Arid Mesa. Fetch. And I'll grab the Sacred Foundry Shock. So now Lethal's on board. Go to combat. So block. And block. Pass. And pass. Alright, so unless you can deal with Emrakul, you can gain life, you lose. Flooded Strand. Fetch. Elegant Parlor. I guess looking for a Flage. Arid Mesa. Okay, so you gain some life. Down to 6. Utopia Sprawl is mana neutral. It would have been nice to have had something here, because we have 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 2, 4, 5, 6. We are short on the World Breaker. No real reason actually to cast this Talisman, I don't think, but there might be a precedent for it. Well, attacking with the Emrakul, it'll put him down to 2. So they can push up to 5, but they're going to need to deal with this World Breaker. If they can't do that, they lose. Regardless of Flage. If they can, they win. So a Static Prison wins them the game. Oof, close one. Alright, Boros Energy, win for game 1. On to game 2. We'll ring in the return. And cut a card. Alright, let's run it back. Imagine opponent brings in 4 Charmaw. I will say, knowing they had the Thraben Charm and not having exiled my my graveyard is an oof. Even if they had, we would have had, what, 3, 4... You would have been too short on the Emrakul, I think. If they had Thraben Charmed, funny enough. On the draw for game 2. I mean, the hand's made a lot better if we find a lab, right? Even if it's just a soul land would be good. I'll keep it. Speculative keep, to say the least. So really looking for a lab. Guide of Souls. Trigger 1, trigger 2, trigger 1. I'll grab the Utopia Sprawl. Trigger 2. And I think we stick with the Utopia Sprawl. The only thing that I do get worried about is if they exile it, so maybe we do go with Ghost Quarters. Yeah, we'll go with Ghost Quarter. Draw. Wooded Foothills, pass, and then pause on end step. Foundry, shock a Johnny. Yep. End step, fetch the Wooded Foothill. Would love to see a lab on top. Swing Mega Spawn's not gonna cut it right now, I don't think. Stomping Ground, still not great. I don't want to discount their Charma, so we'll go Stomping Ground, Shock. And Malevolent Rumble. I guess I'll grab the Verdant Catacombs here. Yeah, this has been rough. Jesus. And pass. We'll hold up the ability to respond if needed. I feel like if they have a Galvanic Discharge, they'll hit their Cat Warrior token rather than my spawn to flip it. Arid Mesa, resolves. Gets a Plains. Could be a Blood Moon. They have a lot of basics. Kiki Jiki, or Fable rather. That's fine. I mean, I'm setting up here the Kozilek's return. The only problem is they're going to growth the Guide of Souls. It's a little bit of a problem. What do they grow though? Yeah, I was gonna say the Guide of Souls would make the most sense. So what we'll do here is Verdant Catacombs, fetch for a forest. We'll play a Talisman of Impulse and I'm a bit hesitant to pass just because, yeah, we should probably just return here. A little bit hesitant because of the Johnny. What could we find here at this point? Because right now the Guide of Souls does have me on a clock, unironically. Flasian Yard, if they have a land, and I think we're all but dead. And Johnny. I need to survive a couple turns. Static Prison, the Talisman, that'll make my life harder. Chrysalis would be good. Ask and you shall receive. Ghost Quarter. That was by far the best case scenario. Pass. So now we need a single land. The thing is I might have to block with these spawns, making it that much harder. We can block the spawn, we can sack them, and then grow the Chrysalis for what it's worth. They're gonna float the Johnny, maybe? I can't block the cat. Okay. I think they forgot that Chrysalis has reach. So go to blocks. Block the Johnny. Block the cat. Sack the spawn. Grow the Chrysalis. I could kill the Johnny here. The only downside is now if we draw into a temple, then we can't actually play the Devourer or a World Breaker. So that'd be a bit heartbreaking. The problem is I think they also have lethal next turn. Blood Moon, okay, it wouldn't even matter. Wouldn't even matter. I think they just have lethal, right? Because we have to block you, we take 4. Yeah, you got it. You's got it, friend. On to game 3. Yeah, I knew it was a speculative hand, just unfortunate I didn't see what I wanted. On the play for game 3, I'll keep... It's a bit fragile, I will admit. For red, my hope is that we can use this return to keep him at bay. Of course, they static prison the Utopia Sprawl off the bat. That would be frustrating. Guide of Souls? Ooh, tear. Jeez, okay. Draw. Another Sprawl. Looks like they may have kept a more reactive hand. Pass again, so that's 4. Ocelot Pride. Land. I will play Eldrazi Temple. Talisman. And pass. So now we do have the ability to cast Worldbreaker next turn. Elegant Parlor. I will say the one downside here is the fact that they can cast Charmal. Take the 1. Flooded Strand, fetch, resolves. Do you have the Charmal? You don't. Fable, pause on end step. Resolve. Cast Ghost Quarter, or not Ghost Quarter, cast Kozilek's Return. Clear board. So I can cast Worldbreaker here. And get rid of a red source. Should I, at this point, play a land? I'm not sure, actually. You won't be able to cast Charmal, yes. But what would the benefit be? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. This would be 12. So no, I don't think we do. Now we're not discounting to Charmal further. Reflection of the Kiki Jiki. There's a Flasian Yard. Another Arid Mesa. I do wonder if they have any, I was going to say basics. Is this a Blood Moon? Fable, okay. Destroy target land. That might be their only red basic. Oh. I almost messed up. I'm very tempted to Ghost Quarter that, actually. They are very light on basics normally. I think I will Ghost Quarter it. We'll do it after they draw, though. Draw. Now Ghost Quarter. It's going to change phases, so it doesn't matter much. Let's see if they fail to find. They fail to find a red at least. So now they can't play Flage unless they find another red source. Yeah, I think it's what, like 3 plains and 1 mountain. Block. So they have the Flage for what it's worth. I was concerned about the token. Not much I could do about that. So now a Devourer would be good. Because at least the World Breaker blocks evenly. Onslaught Pride, yep. Draw. Rumble. Rumble. 1, 2. So yeah, we can go World Breaker. Cast World Breaker. And this will clear the board with the exception of Flage. So Breaker. I guess I'll get rid of the red source again. Yep. No attacks, we can kind of stonewall this Flage now. Static Prison would be a bit frustrating. Guide of Souls is fine though. Onslaught Pride? To a Johnny. You always have more, don't you, friend? So they can then copy the Cat Warrior token? Yeah. Not thrilled by that. But I am thrilled by that. So that's 6. Yeah, I mean, we can just cast up. All these. So how much can I do with their own creatures is the question. I also will play the Wooded Foothill so we can get the commercial district. We'll pass. So Johnny needs to die, Guide of Souls needs to die, Flage needs to die. Draw. Sacred Foundry doesn't really do much for me here. And also Pride doesn't do much either. I'd like to get rid of their energy if I can help it. So we can just make a copy of the Cat Warrior token. So I'll copy Cat Warrior. Guide of Souls on the stack. We can just get rid of the remaining energy. Go to combat. Let's see. We'll attack with Flage, Guide of Souls, and a Johnny. Flage trigger, targeting Reflection of the Kiki Jiki. Guide of Souls trigger, and we'll just float the Guide of Souls. Yes. Target the Guide of Souls. Okay. And opponent's just going to scoop it up. Alright, fair is fair. I mean, they're going to be left with just a single Cat Warrior token next turn and an Ocelot Pride in hand. I guess also the Sacred Foundry. So, I mean, we had a pretty commanding position at that point. The Ghost Quarters unironically did help out. Knowing full well that they had so few basics helped out a ton. So, a very seldomly will that ever come up, but when it does, keep in mind that most modern decks are pretty goddamn greedy with their mana base. I mean, to be fair, Eldrazi ramp is no exception, but at least we have the basics we need for the most part. That said, we'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4 on the draw for game 1. I will keep this. This is a pretty good hand. Keep. Pass. See what we're playing up against. Misty Rainforest, could be Mirror, could be Temur. Grinding Station, that is. Fetch. Looking more like Grinding Station. Preordained, still in line of Grinding Station. Okay. We'll see if we need a Bajuka Bog with the Sowing Mycospawn on turn 2. And pass. Draw. Ugin Lab. Imprint Breaker. Cast Talisman. Pass. And pass. So now we can play the Forest. We can imprint the Sprawl on the Forest using mana from the Talisman. Cast Mycospawn, not kicked. Grab a Temple, and that's enough for Breaker. Otherwise, we can grab any land. That'll be 6, and the next turn we have the 7th land for the Breaker. So I think we're good. We could also grab Sanctum of Ugin, theoretically. There's a Bauble. Starting to feel like more and more that this is Grinding Station, but I can't say if any degree of certainty. Could be also like a is it Murktide list. Bauble target themselves before they fetch. Scalding Tarn fetch. Commercial Districts. Yeah, looking like it is. I mean, the colors are correct at the very least. Preordained Baubles, not uncommon to see in the list. Looks like a slow hand, though. Ghost Quarters could be good. Oh, let's Utopia Sprawl. For red. Cast. You could also grab Sanctum of Ugin here. Because that would be 5, 6, 7. Otherwise, we could also grab Commercial District. Set up our next play. Time to go District, I think. The only thing that would delay the World Breaker would be a Seiju. Bajuka Bog really isn't cutting it right now. So yeah, let's set up our next turn. Writhing Chrysalis is not great right now, so we'll bin it. Alright, we'll pass. And hope they don't have the win on 3. Shifting Woodland's concerning. We'll probably exile that. Malevolent Rumble. Spell Snare out, so Opal, Bauble, Mountain. I imagine they grab the Opal, but maybe they grab the Bauble. Chooses Bauble, so they're still looking for something. I did get concerned with the shifting woodland, because that means they can rumble over a Underworld Breach. There's Opal. So they have 2 Opals. They really just need 1, so the second one's kind of just redundant. You could have rumbled 1 turn earlier, would have grabbed the Bajuka Bog. That would have been ideal. Paying cost. What? Okay. Do you have the win? You have Metalcraft now. Do you have the grinding station? Blue. Then cracks Bauble. What's the thought process here? Preordain? Wow, are they that desperate? I guess maybe their thought process is that they can do this as setup and then they can shifting woodland the breach. I think that might be the thought process. I don't think it's a wise thought process, but it is certainly a thought process, right? Draws a card. 2 top, 0 bottom. Bauble, target themselves. Breach. And Bauble. Draw 1. Bauble. Draw 1. Draw. Okay, so we can do a lot here. Let us kick the Myco Spawn. We'll Bajuka Bog and get rid of the Shifting Woodland and play the Ghost Quarter. So land, exile, Shifting Woodland, no breach for you. 'Tis not going to happen. Eventual Bajuka Bog. And we'll also grab the Ghost Quarter. I think I want to get rid of their commercial district after they draw. I guess maybe it would have been right to do the Ghost Quarter before the Bog, maybe? I'm not sure what basics they run. Draw. Ghost Quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so Ghost Quarter district and pass. Let's see what you got, opponent. You can cobble together to win, you can cobble together to win. Basic. They've got a island, so no greens, so no Malevolent Rumble then. Unless they Metalcraft. Oh, opponent just passed? Or did they just move the second main by accident? Looks like they may have just moved the second main by accident. That was almost a big whoopsie. I mean, if we World Breaker here, we could just get rid of the Opal. Harder for them to then kind of set off, but we also could get rid of Steam Rents, which they need a red for. And again, we might need to get rid of the Saga. Emery. Emery digs. There's the Thassa. So we need to get rid of that, if possible. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can do both. Do we get rid of the Mox Opal, or we get rid of their red source, or get rid of their Saga? So many options. The Mox Opal might be correct because they need an Opal. They also need Metalcraft, so the Saga kind of speaks to me. It also cuts off their mid-range game plan. Yeah. Like, there's a lot of if, ands, or. Like, Opal's right now doing nothing because it doesn't have Metalcraft. If they have a Breach right now, that's kind of doing nothing. Yeah, there's a lot to think about there. Attacking with 2 Myco Spawns. At this point, we'll just put a pause on end step. Down to 7. They'll have to block next turn. What would have to go right for them to win here? They need Grinding Station. They need Metalcraft. Otawara. Okay. They don't have a green source for the Rumble. They have the Grinding Station. That's scary. They can sack the Mox. They find Opal Bauble. They can bring back the Opal. It still doesn't have Metalcraft, though. And opponent concedes. All right. So, Temur, Grinding Station, definitely won by the skin of our teeth, I would argue. So, Haywire Might, Stone Brain. Remove from the sideboard, cut the returns. And let me see what else for Temur, Grinding Station. I also did think about bringing in a Soulish Jailer, which I think I might still and drop a Chrysalis for. That way, as far as interaction, we have Tormod's Crypt, Stonebrain, Chalice in the side. I think that's correct. The nice thing about Tormod's Crypt and Chalice is the fact that we can grab those with Karn and play them on the same turn pretty freely. On the draw for game 2. That's an unfortunate hand. We'll mulligan. A Soul Lane goes a long way here, so I'll keep. On to Stomping Grounds. Reveal. Pass. Scouting Tarn. Fetch 4. Or more accurately, Scouting Tarn resolves Breeding Pool Shock to 17. Mox Opal. Bauble. Emery. Finds Bauble and Grinding Station. That's frightening. They could have the turn 2 win then. Number 1. I'll take the Temple. Number 2. I'll take the... I think we take the Bog, actually. That's so strange to say, but I think that's correct. Draw. Pachuca Bog you? Pass? Like, I think under most circumstances that's incorrect, but I think based on what was in Graveyard, I think that might be correct. Ah, yes, I can hear the sound of my cat wanting desperately in the room. Bobble, grabs back Bobble. And passes. Okay. Draw. Talisman. Well, Temple. Pass. So now if they try and target Bobble with Emery, I'll probably exile it. And also grow, or make a spawn to ramp. Okay. Yep. Draw number 1. Emery targets Bobble. In response, you would need specifically a consign to memory. Does this resolve? No, looks like they're going to consign. Okay. Bit unfortunate. I now need a lab to play Karn. It does mean now that I don't have to worry about a consign, right? Draw. Devour. Unfortunate. Well, I shall play Talisman and pass. So next time we have Karn. Haywire Mites. The Metalcraft is online. I mean, if they really want, they can exile the Talisman, I guess. Mox Opal. Okay. I guess they can exile the Haywire Mite. Or exile the Talisman of the... Oh, okay. I was going to say, exile the Talisman of Haywire Mite, and then grab back the Haywire Mite, but they're just going to Rumble instead. Imagine they grab the Saga. Yep, Saga. Emery grabs Opal, and then exile the Talisman. So we need a land. That also means Metalcraft is turned off again. If they do it like that. It would be aggressive, but I mean, they can do it. Easy enough for them to get Metalcraft again, but they don't. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd only have 3 left over, so we can't Myco spawn. Instead, we will play Karn. If you generate red, I know you have Unholy Heat, you son of a... Yeah, so you have Unholy Heat now. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you have what you need. So Karn's dead. That much is clear. So we'll minus Karn. You want to cast your Unholy Heat now? No? Rude. So Tormod Script or Chalice? The thing is with Chalice, they'll just exile it with Might, so that's a bit of a moot point. So probably want to go Tormod Script. And cast Tormod Script. Better cast that Unholy Heat now. Better do it. Light. What? Huh? Eh? Lightning Bolt? Why are you playing Lightning Bolt? I'm confused. Why Lightning Bolt? Maybe someone in the comments can explain to me why Lightning Bolt and not Unholy Heat? I mean, it still did the job. I'm just a bit confused. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Saga, yep. I would love a land next turn so we can Sowing Mycospawn that Saga down. The Emery target will Tormod's Crypt. So, I mean, the following problem is that right now they don't have Metalcraft. They can get Metalcraft pretty easily, though, if the Saga. I'd give a Metalcraft here. But we hold it for whatchamacallit, for Underworld Breach? Because right now it's kind of not doing anything, right? I just need to hold it as much as I want to get rid of that. We don't have Karn to back it up, so yeah, that's fine. You got your Bobble back. They can still just threaten the Tormod's Crypt though, right? And force me to crack it at an inopportune time. Attack with Might. Yep. Snellcraft is online for what it's worth. Tamio. Yes. Draw. Well, Utopia Sprawl's mana neutral. So I will go Utopia Sprawl on red. This means we'll have 5, so we are short still. Would have liked to have gotten rid of that Saga. Other thing I have to worry about is theoretically a whatchamacallit? Theoretically a Pithy Needle? Yeah, they could Pithy Needle the Tormod's Crypt. That is a thing they could do. Do I think they will? Maybe. It's a thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably want to go Temple. I'm expecting this Haywire might hit me at some point. Could also go Ghost Quarter. Yeah. Kind of forgetting that that's a card in this deck. I'll pass the phase. End step. So now it's a bit of a game, right? Like I could pass and see what they do as a response. They still have the 2 mana necessary for Saga, but they would have to sacrifice a spawn in order to do it. I wonder what Saga now. It's a -1, so it might be worth it. It is a 4/4 construct though, so that is not insignificant stats to worry about. I grab an island. Commercial district. Okay. I'm still surprised about that bolt. I mean, I guess it didn't really matter if it was a bolt or a unholy. I was going to tick down. And the bolt just surprised me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a land for Devourer now. That's the only thing I don't like about Crypt, or not Crypt, Ghost Quarter. We'll attack with the Tamiya, attack the Construct. The Construct will grow up to 5. Yep. Not much I can do about that. And that luck. No point in doing so now, and that Construct will only grow more. And they're right now very much on a mid-range game plan. The Crypt is kind of locking them out, that they can once again force me. Yeah, so they're going to force me to use it now. Alright. So I'd imagine they have the win. We'll see. We'll pass and we'll find out. There's the grinding station. You can return the bauble. We have an underworld breach. Emery, yep. And bauble, breach. You can tap the bauble, sack it, breach. If you show me the breach, I'll ask what your win conditions are, and then I will concede. If you tell me your win cons, I'll concede. Like, we saw the Thassa previously. If they want to just go off, they can. That's fine too. They might not even be paying attention to chat. But, like, the lag's better, but it's still not great. So I'd rather give them that option than to not. So I'm going to guess Thassa. Like I said, they did have Unholy Heat as well. Still confused by that Lightning Bolt. Maybe it's like an extra just in case. There's Thassa. Okay. So that is a win con. Do they have another win con is the question. I'd imagine they have a secondary win con. Probably in the way of like Jace or Grape Shot. I think Jace is more common. So this will be a loss for game 2. Still haven't seen Jace, right? No, we have not. Spell Snare. We do see a consigned to memory. I guess we saw that one earlier. Did they really only have one? That's surprising. Would have expected more than just one. The Spell Snare also lines up pretty well with some of our plays, so... Emery Mill. Okay. Not looking like there's a lot of sideboard cards. I mean, I guess Unholy Heat, maybe Spell Snare, Consign. Nox Opal. Okay, so they have at least 3 consigns that we've seen so far. That checks out. They have 1, 2... So they can play the Thassa after this trigger resolves. So no secondary win con, at least based on what we're seeing. Interesting. Okay. And that will be game 2. On to game 3. Go to sideboard. No changes. So I'll just run it back as is. Still, I can't believe they juked me out on frickin' Unholy Heat of a lightning bolt of all things. On the play for game 3. It's not looking great. Mulligan. Still not looking great. Mulligan. Palatable. Keep. So we go Forest, Sprawl. Probably pitch the Command and Talisman. Though, maybe we pitch the District Command. If we draw into a land, then we can Rumble after playing Talisman. That seems a bit better. Alright, let's run it. See what we can do. Not my most favorite of hands I've had. So we don't have any red, so we can just go green. Pass. And pass. So we could really use a land off the top. Bob will target themselves. They have a fetch. They like what they see is the question. They don't. So they'll shuffle it away. Commercial district. Surveil lands are strong. Spell snare. Bobble trigger resolves. Draw. Temple. That's interesting. I will play Talisman. And then Rumble. That Emrakul's tempting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, yeah, I guess. We have 1 or 2 types in yard, but it's something. As long as they don't interact with a spawn, we have a kicked Myco spawn. And get rid of that Saga. Loveland Rumble. Bolt out. Breach. Actually, no, I guess Breach isn't out. It's a permanent. Chooses Tamiya, though. Okay. They don't have blue. That's fascinating. Okay, there's Amber. We need a Tamiya to do anything with it, though. Draw. Soulish Jailer. Well, I think I know what I'm going to do here. So we're going to grab a lab. Tuck the Emrakul. And play the Jailer. So lab, imprint, Emrakul, cast Jailer, pass. So now their combo's locked behind Jailer, so that's good. Now can they get rid of Jailer in other ways? Unholy Heat specifically, Beseiju, yes. There's Tamiyo. And Emery. Emery can grab things back because it's not casting, right? Oh, no, it is casting. Never mind. Unholy. Never mind. Didn't matter. Yeah. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 3 short on Emrakul. Myco spawn. Well, I'll kick and then we'll Bajuka Bog. 2, 4, 6. What do we kick though? I think we kick the green. Because that enables Rumble. And they would need to flip Tameo to enable Rumble otherwise. Bajuka Bog target you. Attack of Myco spawn. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're 2 shy of Emrakul. Misty Rainforest. And attack of Tameo, I imagine. Yep, makes sense. Opponent gets a clue. No blocks. Draw. Utopia Sprawl is mana neutral. And we'll go for green. Go to combat. I guess we should have the ability to respond just in case of a Boseiju. That is a potential issue, of course. Imagine they crack the clue. Down to 8. Fetch with Misty. I mean, they still only need Grinding Station, Underworld Breach, and that's pretty much it. So they're only 2 cards shy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 land shy now. So no matter what we draw into, shy of a Utopia Sprawl or a tapped land, we can play anything. Rumble. So I was right to get rid of the green source earlier. Unholy Heat. So they'll grab this Soul Guide Lantern. Almost guaranteed, right? I need to get rid of stuff in my graveyard, lest I end up casting this Emrakul. No, they grabbed the Saga. I don't think that was a wise choice. Also, they may have forgotten about the Emrakul. Either that or they have the win. No, I think they're short mana-wise. Gonna be a close one, I feel. Not fear. I mean, I kind of fear that's a close one as well, because it means I'm not guaranteed to win. Oh, they did grab the Soul Guide. Oh. Oh, I see. They're grabbing it with Emery. This makes more sense. Yeah. Soul Guide Lantern. The one upside of this is that we can grab back Soulish Jailer from exile. That's something I think they do forget that Karn can do. Yep. So down to 3 card types. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe 2 short, so we need a temple. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we can cast everything regardless. So I think, right? 2. Oh, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Never mind, we're 3 short. I forgot that it counted for both an artifact and a creature, so we'll just pass. And we draw into Devourer. Yes, we'll attack. I think we get rid of Emery. I think that would make the most sense. So maybe it's Tameo. Because they will flip Tameo next turn, right? Block. But Emery will enable Soul Guide Lantern shenanigans. But Tamiyo will enable Malevolent Rumble. Because if they draw, they can't tick down next turn. So I think because of that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think because of that we get rid of the Emery. Emery might be more dangerous in that case, since Tamiyo can't tick down. Let me just confirm that is the case. Comes in with 2 loyalty and needs 3 to return. So yes, Emery down. Lethal is now on board. They can make a construct to block, but they'll be forced to block... Oh, what's happening here? Consigned to memory. The body or the trigger? The body. Okay. Because they're confident that they can deal with the fact that Tamiyo's not here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, we could try and high roll into a temple. If we do, we just win, I think. And like I said, we can cast anything else otherwise. The construct will be significant in size. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Will be a 5/5. 4 cards in hand. Shifting Woodland. Okay, good thing no Underworld Breach. Cast Preordain. Yes. Still enough to activate Saga. I mean, they can still get rid of our graveyard's the thing, right? They just have that kind of looming over us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's an Opal. I feel like as soon as I bring back the Emrakul, they're gonna draw a card. Okay, well this opens things up. I guess they'll tick up. So Lethal's still on board. No. I wasn't gonna attack anyways. Make a construct now? Okay, they have a Mox Opal up. Well, I think we just send it then and grab back Emrakul, and if we draw into a temple, then we can cast it. Unfortunate. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have a creature in the graveyard. I was thinking, could we just run a Micro Spawn into it? We cannot. Well, I will put this into play tapped and pass. I imagine they probably have more graveyard hate, right? I'll make another construct, I imagine. Yep, construct. And what do you grab? I guess you could grab Haywire Might. Yeah, so it makes it so that I'm 1 shorter, so I now need a temple again, not just a land. Grabs Consign as well. Yeah, let's hope to avoid that if possible. Maybe there's an argument that I should have attacked Tamiyo with the 2 Myco Spawn. Emery. Though they only have, I guess they still do have the 1 blue floating. I'll take the 7. What can we do here is the question. Haywire Might hits a Talisman. Okay. Well, that was correct. I'll pass. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. Yeah, short one. I can grab back the Haywire Mite. You make another construct. They might just be able to kill me on the mid-range plan. And with that consign in hand on top of which, it's going to make my life a whole lot more difficult to play around it. So I think they just win here, but it's not certain yet. It's pretty close, but not certain. So lethal's on board. I'm going to have to block both, or at least one construct. They're going to make sure I can extra not play this Emrakul. Well, so definitely no way I'm playing the Emrakul. I do need to be careful. I'm not going to concede until it's clear that I've lost. Blocking one does nothing, so I guess we'll block both. Do I have any blockers that would be relevant? I guess Malevolent Rumble would let me... kind of. I get a spawn. Lethal's on board. I'm doubtful they get greedy. Though, I wonder. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's no way this works. I mean, I might as well try. I just imagine it gets hit by consign, though. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're still one short, even if they were to consign. Draw a card. Ugh, that consign. Yeah, like I said, I was tempted to attack the Tamiya with the Swain Myco spawn. I'll get rid of the construct. And they'll hit me with a consign, I imagine. And they can replicate it once. So that'll hit the body and the trigger. Yep. Unfortunate. And they got it. I'll concede. Yeah, that was a close one. Yeah, let me know down in the comments your thoughts on whether or not I should have attacked Tamiyo with both spawns. It would have resulted in one of them dying, but Tamiyo wouldn't have been able to grab back the consign. But we also would have lost a blocker, so not sure. That being said, we'll be back for match 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. Let's take a look. Yeah, we'll keep this. There's a lot of hits that we have off the top. Kozilek's Command, Malevolent Rumble. Writhing Chrysalis is okay. It's a turn 3, right? Yeah, it'd be a turn 3 play. Maybe we grab a talisman. Maybe grab the commercial district just to set up a turn. I'll grab the Chrysalis. I think it's my favorite play right now, but it is certainly a play. We'll talk to Devourer. Pass. And pass. See what our opponent's playing. Fledge Strand and pass. Okay, a bit of an unknown still. I'll play the Windswept Teeth and pass. Opponent's thinking. Activate ability resolves. Elegant Parlors. Looking like it could be Storm, could be Energy with a slow hand. Looking like Energy, okay. So Chrysalis looking better as a result. Put a pause on end step. I don't think they can really do anything to interact with my lands on turn 2. Of course, I'll say that and then come to regret it. Bombardment is fine. Fetch the Windswept Teeth. Grab a Stomping Grounds tapped. And draw. Mycospawn. I mean, we can go Mycospawn, but I think it's right to Chrysalis here. In fact, we can just make our lives easier. Pass. Hold up the ability to respond in case they want to get rid of any of that. So next turn we can, excuse me, we can Mycospawn, we can World Breaker. Might Bajuka Bog. We'll see. Especially if they have a Flage. Blood Moon. Blood Moon is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But I want to keep the spawns. And just cast Sowing Mycospawn normally. Cast. 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Let's grab a... Let's grab another forest, I think. I guess we could grab a temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll just grab a temple. We'll attack with the Chrysalis. I just thought that maybe we should have kicked the Mycospawn, getting rid of a plains. Is it a Johnny? Flage targets. Targets Mycospawn. Yes, that is fine. And we'll sack one of the spawns. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need one now to cast the World Breaker. 2. Okay. Kozilek's Command, unfortunate, since they did tag the spawn. Otherwise, we would have been able to play that. Windswept Heath, it's a mountain, so no fetching. Another Flage, imagine target the spawn. Sack. I guess it's going to target me. Yeah, that makes sense. Got nothing else, so we'll pass. Yeah, if I had gotten rid of the planes, they wouldn't have been able to Flage. Oh, Jesus. Oh, we'll attack in. Yeah. I was trying to learn from my lesson recently of not always kicking the mycospawn when it's not necessary. But maybe in this case it would have helped because reducing the number of planes means they can't play the Flage. If they can't play the Flage, then they've locked themselves out. But now they have Flage, and now we're kind of locked in. So we have 5 mana. There's Flage, they'll hit me, down to 13. And draw. Gemstone Caverns, so we're up to 6. One more land, we can play a World Breaker. Pass. The next question is, do we just take the hit from Flage? Another Flage. Right. So we're down to 10. Okay, down to 7. So a land would be good. I wonder if I would... If I get a land, what's the play? Land for turn? Rumble. Okay. Kind of doesn't do too much is the problem. I'll grab the Talisman. Actually, this might do a lot. 2... We're one short on exiling the Flage is the only problem, but we will be able to block effectively. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I have ideas. I have ideas, and I think I can make them work. I'm gonna Galvanic Discharge the spawn. Thraben Charm targeting the spawn in response. Well, we'll have to do it now. Is there a point in exiling anything in grave? Probably not. So 1, 2. Okay. Kozilek's return. Not doing much right now, but might do some more later. So Mike Spawn might become relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh. Bottom. Maybe bottom top. Okay, we'll draw the return. Alright, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I just need one spawn. So where do you send the Fleshraker? Okay. Yeah, that's a problem. We can't go to 1, because then we died of bombardment. Should have probably bottom both then. Land. That's what we need right now. We can actually rumble here. Get rid of Flage. So we have 5 card types. We have lands, we have creatures, so it doesn't matter too much, but I'll grab a land. Land return. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're short 1 for Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can command make spawns exile Flage. That might be correct. And leave a land up. So this will be x equals what, 4? So Flage down, they'll bombardment me for 1 or not. Interesting. We'll hold up the return. Okay, we may have taken back control of the match. Draw. What am I most worried about right now? Honestly, I'm kind of most worried about this bombardment flipping on a Johnny. Red. Also worried about a Flage being taken out as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's play the World Breaker. Now, of course, I could also get rid of the Blood Moon, but I don't really think that is necessary. So return, World Breaker. Let's get rid of the planes. No. And resolve. We have another World Breaker in hand, so we can get rid of all their planes. So they can't then escape a Flage. paying cost 4, Seasoned Pyro. There's potentially 3 damage, down to a theoretical 4. He did pitch 2. I only got 1 though. One token rather. Static Prison on the World Breaker. Okay. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Leave me with 5. Oh, interesting. Going for the Talisman. I don't understand that thought process, but sure. That confuses me a bit. We'll play the Sanctum of Ugin. I think I just get rid of the Goblin Bombardment at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll threaten to exile the Bombardment. See what they do. You can exile the Seasoned Pyro, you can exile the token, you can get 2 tokens next turn, sure. Interesting. Well, no reason to clear board right now, especially as we have another one in hand. Still confused why they picked a Talisman. What was the thought process there? We'll tackle a World Breaker. A block of the Pyro. I mean, worst comes to worst and we need to clear board, we can use the return and return another World Breaker to hand. So I feel like we're in a good spot right now. Interesting. Why? I guess sacrifice the Static Prison in case they have another white source, but they don't. Okay, so they have a Flage, but not escaped. Imagine just target me, right? Yep, down to 4. Alright. I'll definitely return a World Breaker. Another Seasoned Pyro, Fable Mirror Breaker. That is fine. Push the end step. Kinda do want to get rid of that Goblin Shaman though. I don't want to do it. Return the World Breaker. Sacrifice the gemstone caverns. And then we can return here. Do we need to return? Probably before combat at the very least. Rumble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can rumble. The lag is getting to me though, Jesus. Sowing Mycospawn. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Well, I will World Breaker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll get rid of your white source and hold up the return. Yeah, this game's going a bit longer than I would like, especially with this lag just bogging me down. We'll attack with both World Breakers. And we'll go to the beginning of combat on their turn. Okay. They'll pitch some cards, draw some cards. That resolves. Lag is so bad right now. Yeah, it just gets progressively worse. Like I said, the more game pieces there are, the worse it gets. Vision of Guided Souls, but kept a card. Well, I'm going to cast a return. And pass. No treasure for you. I mean, Lethal's on board right now. Eldrazi Temple. Go to combat. Timers are frozen. Attack with all. Probably making inefficient plays right now because I'm worried about my time. Well, we'll play the Emrakul if it gives me the ability to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As we are making inefficient plays. Could have played the Myco Spawn first. Let's see what they have in hand. No and no. We need to make our next game very quick. Thraben Charm, Static Prison. What do you draw? You draw into Sacred Foundry. We'll pass. Put the trigger on the stack. And pass. I, for some reason, don't foresee you being able to win this. Sacred Foundry, nothing but red. Let's say you opponent. Alright, we got there. So let's win for game one for Boros Energy. As I said, I need a very fast game two. Cannot dirtle around like that. I do fear that we're going to lose to the clock, though. Alright, we'll run it back. Main thing we need to play around is Charma and obviously Blood Moon. We'll keep this. Or reveal Devourer. And pass. We like a Kozilek's command. Stomach Grounds is good. Stomach Grounds tapped. Pass. Elegant Parlor. Pass. Hogan's Lab next turn, so we can hold up the return. Bombardment. Yep. Hogan's Lab. Imprint Devourer. Pass. Hold up the ability to respond. Imagine they play Johnny. Fable. End step? Question mark. Okay. Draw. Karn. Karn's interesting. 1, 2, 3. We can't really hold up the return and cast Mega Spawn. Mega Spawn will ramp us though. I'll pass. Kinda wanna hold up this return. I'm afraid of Charmal, I will admit, though. Charmal could be a significant factor here. We'll take 2. Second main. And Another Fable. I will return here, question mark. There's a Flasian Yard, so we do want a Bajuka Bog. Either that or we could Karn. No threats on board. Yeah, I think we kick. Kick, Parlor, and Bajuka Bog. Bajuka Bog target you. Pass. I mean, next turn we're guaranteed to be able to cast this World Breaker and clear board if need be. Otherwise we can Devour. Fetching stack Prison Fable. Flipping that Fable for a Election to Kiki Jiki. Obsidian Charmal, so they'll get rid of the Devourer most likely. And we'll World Breaker. I guess they could get rid of the Stomping Grounds, but yeah, I think that's correct. Ocelot Pride, yep. So I think they've overcommitted the board. Draw. World Breaker. We get rid of the Fable. And looking at opponents conceding or thinking? Thinking. I guess they're debating whether or not I will sack my or get rid of my creatures. It is funny that I get to basically force them to sack with bombardment. And then I get to keep my creature. Because I get to choose whether or not. No. Imagine they have another Charmal though, I'd be so pissed. Attack the Mycospawn. Like, it won't be the end of the world if they do, it'll just be annoying. What's up, Teeth? A Johnny. So they'll flip a Johnny. That's fine though. We kind of took that into account, hence why we have the return in hand. So they can kill the Mycospawn. He can steal me 1 damage? Yep. Kill the Mycospawn. Yep. And recall the Promised End. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? Let's make sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So I will do this. Clear the board. Ping me for 3. Then head down to Johnny. Even them in top deck mode. Hit the Johnny. And second main, or at end step, we'll Verdant Catacombs. Yep, Windswept Teeth. Or an Elegant Parlor. Looking for a way out. Event Discharge does not do it. But pause and end step. I just need to end this at this point. Crack the Verdant Catacomb. Commercial District. Surveil Trigger. Mega Spawn on top. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yes. Kicker. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kicker, Sacred Foundry. Ugins Lab. Imprint. Emrakul. Cast Karn. Minus Karn. Tormod's Crypt, just in case. Go to combat. Attack for 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. We'll be short 1 again. Johnny, welcome back. You can ping down Karn, but that's actually not a good idea because that will flip, that will enable Emrakul basically. Okay. Going to take care of the Myco spawn. Interesting. Okay. Okay. You're lucky I don't have a walking ballista on my side. Go to combat. And we'll attack you out of Johnny. We're just gonna grab a Disruptor Flute for a Johnny. Call it a day. Mine's Karn. Yes. Disruptor Flute. Johnny, Nakadal Avenger. Cast. Pay green. Pass. Red. What is happening? Frick's sake. End step. A blocker doesn't cut it. Flage doesn't cut it. Be 4 damage. Sack of the bombardment. Karn down. Tormod script, target you. Emrakul return. Go to combat. Attack you. Oh my word, if this went to a game 3, we would have been SOL. Oh, the lag is something else, I'm telling ya. But we got there in the end, so can't complain too much. Overall, the deck's feeling really good. I'm feeling pretty happy with the number of Chrysalis we have. Ghost Quarters is actually a little bit meh. I will say I did miss the Cavernous Souls in some unique scenarios. At the same time, it does add a lot of flexibility, so give and take there. The number of Karns feels good. The number of Devours feels fine. Cavernous Souls still feels solid. So overall, pretty good result. Can't complain. That being said, as always, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting that like button. And comment down below if you haven't already. If you saw any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or just general feedback, it is always helpful and appreciated, as for as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my successes and my failures, I hope to learn from you all as well. And last but not least, if you got this point in the video and you aren't already, please do consider subscribing. We're getting closer and closer to our 500 subscriber goal, in which case we'll be able to start monetizing this channel and saving up towards a streaming PC, so that way I can stream these matches live on Twitch, as well as upload the VOD over on YouTube. That being said, folks, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!